Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's 79 degrees here in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. We have the Norristown Eagles against the Upper Merion Vikings. We are in for one heck of a game here tonight. This rivalry has gone on for 85 plus years. There's coaching staff changes. There's everything going on. I'm here with Ricky Preet. Myself, I'm Joe K. Koinui. Rick, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good, Joe. I'll tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better day for some football, man. It is a beautiful day out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 Upper Merion Vikings! Upper Merion is now taking the field. Norristown is on their respective sidelines. It looks like we have a decent crowd here tonight. Large Upper Merion presence. Really great turnout from the Norristown Eagles side. It's good to see a lot of the alum in the stands. I myself, along with Ricky, have played at this field. We recreated the rivalry back in 2000. Rick, you remember that game?
Oh, absolutely. How can I forget it? It was a memorable moment, being able to play against kids that we grew up with and played against in youth football. And you know, that was an exciting time. Can never forget that.
Talking to some of the coaches earlier tonight, we were really taken back by the respect that these coaching staffs have for each other. This rivalry, like we said, is a big deal. I've talked to post players, past, present, and future. Everybody is excited for this game tonight.
And I'll tell you what, hey, Joe, what do you think? You think these guys are familiar with each other a little bit?
It sounds to me like they are from talking to them earlier.
You got Coach Lassane over there, Norristown guy, some other guys.
Coach Hal Smith, he was also a teacher at Norristown. You had John Shaw on the Upper Merion side. And then we're going to introduce Jason Powell for his first Norristown Eagle regular season game. Congratulations to him.
Absolutely.
And we have former Norristown Eagle Hakeem Jones, along with James Juice Jacobs and Jason Thompson.
That's right.
Who we had the pleasure of playing with all three of those guys.
Absolutely. And one thing I think those guys are going to do, they're going to provide a lot of energy to the organization and a new perspective. And I think they really have a gift for getting through to the kids.
I agree. The coin has been flipped. Norristown's won the toss. They elected to receive.
Big Blue's going to start with the ball.
This is exciting. I don't know about you, Rick, but I am beyond ecstatic about this game.
I'm over here. I'm looking at Coach Lassane over here, and he's pumped up. I mean, there's so much that goes into this, and I don't know how you couldn't get excited about this as Norristown prepares to receive the kick here shortly. Anything is going to be an improvement over last year's team, and from all accounts that I'm hearing, they're heading in the right direction here.
Well,
How
there you
about
have
that?
it. The 2014 football season is now underway.
Yeah.
What amazing feeling, Rick. I got the chills just sitting up here in this box watching these young men go to war tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, the national anthem, I mean, that signifies football season. I mean, you know, the national anthem, you know, football is literally seconds away, and we're all chopping at the bit here. Looks like back deep for Norristown, we have number 7, Khalif Sinclair, and number 5, Derek Cross. Khalif Sinclair is an explosive player. I had the privilege of coaching him in the past. He's got a lot of return ability.
I was talking to Coach Powell before the game. He said one of the guys we need to look out for tonight is Derek Cross. He is an amazing athlete. He gets down the field. He runs downhill. I'm excited to see this kickoff. We're seconds away.
Well, and you know, Joe, one thing's always for sure, Norristown's never going to be short on athletes. Here we go. Short pooch kick as it rolls out of bounds. And Norristown's going to start with great field position, Joe.
Looks great so far, Rick. I mean, we're in a good position right now to really take on these Vikings. I mean, these teams know themselves. They know each other really well, obviously. And this is going to be one amazing game. This history has just continued on since the early 20s.
Has it been that long?
It has been. It's been over 90 years is what one of the coaches said to me earlier.
Wow.
Norristown originally played Germantown in the Thanksgiving Day game. Then they played Bridgeport. Bridgeport merged with Upper Merion. They played all the way up until 1989 where they stopped it because the athletic director originally said Norristown was just too big of a school to play.
Look at you doing your research here.
Yeah, a little bit of history there for you folks.
Norristown coming out in the spread look. 2-by-2 receiver set.
Bad snap.
Misplayed snap. There's a crowd around the ball. No indication yet. Second down, Norristown. And Joe, that's not the way you want to start the game off.
That's a tough snap. You know, they tend to run that shotgun offense, and you're going to run into those issues, especially at a high school level.
Well, I'm sure a lot of that had to do with jitters as well.
Yeah, first big snap of the game. So Norristown has the ball on their 40-yard. They have 40 yards to go. They're back on their what looks to be the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and see, the key here now is to not try to make it all up in one chunk, but to get it back little by little as Xavier Gorski takes the snap and hands it off straight up the middle to number 20, Corey Davenport.
I watched Corey in the preseason games. He was one of those kids that just runs hard, runs downhill, and doesn't give up.
Oh, well, Corey's absolutely a one-cut runner. If there's nothing there, he's going to lower his shoulder and fight for those yards. He's got a bright future ahead of him. I actually had the privilege of working him out in the summer, and I tell you what, he's a hard worker too, man.
You got to give it up for these guys to come out here on a Friday night, the first big game, and all the fans are sitting here watching everybody, and the guys that have played before them are there supporting them on both sides of the field.
Absolutely. Here comes the jet sweep around the end. Khalif Sinclair.
Number 7, Khalif Sinclair.
And you know,
looks like he was stopped by number 60 from Upper Merion, Tony Zavelos.
And you know, Joe, something that you can't measure. I mean, yeah, it's a 3 and out, and it started off rough, but when you look at them run that jet sweep there, that's the kind of offense that's conducive to Norristown football.
I 100% agree with you, Rick.
You get that speed out in space.
Punts away.
Takes a Norristown bounce.
Number 57 picks it up. Jake McGrath. And the Norristown defense, which we are notorious for, takes the field. Now this is exciting. There is a first-year player on this team, Perry. He is the defensive tackle. Sometimes he plays defensive end. He's one of those guys that can play outside contain, can get in the backfield, can really make some massacre in the backfield.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Norristown's coming out here, crowd in the box. They are challenging Upper Merion to run at them. Upper Merion takes the first play, and they are wrapped up in the backfield at the 49-yard line. Number 2, Kamal Wallace, and number 7, Khalif Sinclair, ganging up on that tackle there.
Looks like they had a loss of 1 there. We had 19-17 left in the first quarter. Score still 0-0. Upper Merion takes the ball. Snap. Handoff to.
Oh, Norristown just bottling that up.
Couldn't even get the number there, Rick. Norristown was on the.
Oh, well, that's 11.
On the ball carrier before anybody could even see number 42 get the handoff.
That's Carlton Brown. I mean, he read that. He held his space there and made a great play.
Seemed like number 42 for Upper Merion, C.J. Rose, didn't really have anywhere to go.
You got to be encouraged. I mean, granted it's early. You got to be encouraged with what you're seeing out here defensively. Norristown comes out. Upper Merion comes out in a 2-by-2 receiver set. And number 25,
Isaiah Alicia got the handoff. He was swallowed up
absolutely
by number 52, Isaiah Samuel.
And look at that. Norristown's in a position. They had a 3-and-out to start the game, and now they return the favor.
Rick, they took him back 9 yards. 9 yards.
That's what you want to see.
That's typical Norristown defense. I mean, that's what we're looking at here. Punts away by number 11.
Ball fielded off. And I'll tell you what, number 17, Nick Monastero, just laid a whopping hit on number 5. For Norristown, Derek Cross, he's got to know when to fair catch that ball.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit of a mistake there. Like you said, pregame jitters get you. You know, you're in the heat of the moment. You want to catch that ball. You want to take it to the house, but you see all these blue jerseys attacking you.
Right.
You got to throw your hand up, right?
And that's the thing. The kind of athlete Cross is, he just wants to make a play, and then I can understand that.
Looks like offsides on Upper Merion. Norristown gets 5 yards on that one, so that's a great start for us right there, and get a little bit back on that kickoff and the punt. Excuse me. 7:44 left in the first quarter. Ball's on the 28. 1st and 5 to go.
Derek Cross comes out wide. Little zone read action there.
So he got swallowed up there. You know, something that Norristown has been working on in the offseason here is the offensive line and keeping their motor running. You know, not giving up, not taking any plays off. And
well, if they're going to be running that zone read, they're going to have to have a high motor and be in great shape. I mean, that's on the offensive line more than anything.
Would you agree that it's comparable to a Chip Kelly type of offense, where it's just fast paced like that?
Well. That's the concept. The concept is to
minus the no huddle, Rick.
Right. Well, but I mean, this offense is definitely dynamic here that Norristown's running.
Handoff again there to number 20. I think we've got maybe about a yard out of that one.
Yeah, Corey Davenport trying to fight for all he can get.
3rd down, 3 to go, and the ball's on the 30 for Norristown. 6:38 here in the first. Excuse me, we're 3rd and 1 for Norristown. What do you think, Rick?
Well, I mean, I would imagine we'll see another zone read type of play here. If you can't get a yard in the zone read, I mean, And there you go, straight ahead. Corey Davenport fights for it. And you know, Joe, that's encouraging. You know, 3rd and 1, they know where you're going. They know you're running the football. You run it and you fight for it, you get it. That's encouraging.
Says a lot for these young men to just go out there and run straight at him.
Oh, absolutely. I know backs get a lot of credit, but, I mean, the line is getting some good push up there. It's Upper Merion.
Number 72 for Upper Merion. He's a monster.
He is.
He
He's
is
a load.
clogging that hole up.
More zone action here. Look at that. And that's what you get. That's what you get.
There's Davenport. He's at the 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Norristown Eagles.
And that is what a zone read offense will give you. What a beautiful play call.
I think we could have held our fingertips tip to tip, Rick, and ran straight through that hole.
Oh, well, that's and you know what? Give credit to the back. He found it. He found it.
Found the hole, did what he was supposed to do. It was a well-executed play.
You gotta love Corey Davenport. One cut runner, man. No nonsense.
Coach Powell said to me earlier, he said he mimics a Shady McCoy type of runner because he could cut one time, he can cut 10 times. He'll get to that end zone one way or the other.
Absolutely.
PAT team's out for Norristown.
Number 22, Shane Hammer.
Kicks
Kick
away.
is up, and it's no good.
No good. Right under the goalpost there. How about the 2000 game that we played here to recreate the rivalry? First time in over 11 years, Norristown plays Upper Merion at Upper Merion. And I remember the dude, Jordan Fazeri, kicked the field goal to win the game for us that night.
Well, you know, actually, Joe, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we played in '99 at Roosevelt first. And that was a game Troy Swittenberg dominated. I mean, the whole team just looked great that day.
That year had the most yards anybody's ever had in Norristown, right, in one season.
What a phenomenal player that guy was.
Swit went on to Syracuse University to play up there. That year was one of our great years.
And
that was under the direction of Roger Grove. Before him was Coach Servino, you know, and then EJ took over after Roger Grove took over,
Smith.
And now we have Coach Jason Powell here with the Norristown Eagles, up 6-0, excuse me, with 5:36 left in the first quarter.
And if you're Norristown, you're going, you know, you're playing on the road, first game of the year. You want to start with a lead, and you couldn't be happier right now. Number 22, Shane Hammer, set to kick off.
It's a little ironic to have his last name Hammer with a foot like that, huh? Number 23 from Upper Merion, Devin Allison, returns it to the 20-yard line for Upper Merion.
You know, without sounding like too much of an alumnus and a fan, I gotta say again how how enthused I am right now at what I'm seeing. The way they just swarmed down to the ball in that kick coverage. I mean,
it was a sea of white.
Yeah.
There was a sea of white.
Yeah.
Some really great football getting played here in this first quarter. First down, 10 to go for Upper Merion. Ball's on the 20-yard line. The pass to number 9.
That was
Ryan Thornton with the grab. Takes it to the 29. A 4-yard pickup on that.
And I'll tell you what, the outside linebacker there, I mean, had a good drop, and he just missed picking that ball off and taking it to the house.
Second down, Upper Merion.
Pass away to number 9 again. Ball's thrown out of bounds. Incomplete. Ball still on the 25. Second down, 6 to go. Third down, 6 to go for Upper Merion.
Looks like Norristown's in a bit of man coverage here.
Third down and 6.
And they have the athletes to do it, that's for sure.
Merion takes the line. Isaiah with a low snap. Number 8. Puts it up to number 10.
Number 18.
Excuse me, Tyler Thornton with the reception. What an amazing grab by that young man.
There may have been too much cushion by the defender on that play, but nonetheless, you got to give credit where it's due sometimes, and it was a good route, good ball.
Looks like we need a little bit of backfield pressure here from the defensive line in order to stop this from happening. Mobley's an amazing quarterback with a great arm. He's got wheels. Upper Merion takes it to the ground.
And Joe, all of a sudden, it looks like Upper Merion is starting to get downhill here. And that's if you're Norristown, you don't want that.
You don't want that momentum shift to happen. Once the momentum shift happens, then things start falling apart gradually, and then they have to regroup themselves and get it back together.
I mean, luckily it's early enough. There's no need for panic. It's just let's see Norristown bottle these guys up here.
Ball's on the Upper Merion 45-yard line. 2nd down, 6 to go for an Upper Merion 1st down. Mobley's in a shotgun snap position. Dump pass to number 22, dropped. 28. Jared Skids.
I think he heard some footsteps there.
He might have heard some big boys coming after him right there.
And 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 situation. That's a high percentage situation for Norristown there. Got to get off the field here.
3:52 left in the first quarter. 3rd down, 6 to go. Ball's on the 45-yard line. Mobley's in the shotgun.
And Mobley just had all kinds of time, but that ball will be overthrown.
He might have thrown that 10 yards in front of his number 3 receiver. I think it was intended for Roll Pinnock.
And you know what, though? He's lucky he did throw it that far ahead of him because Khalif Sinclair, number 7, was with him every step of the way and was in a position to make a play on that ball.
I watched Khalif last week at Westchester East pick off a pass and take it back 65 yards.
Oh, yeah. Khalif's the real deal.
Kid's an amazing athlete. Upper Merion has elected to punt from their 45-yard line. Punts away.
It's an end-over-end kick. You don't usually see that on a punt. It
to-
looks like he kicked it off a tee.
Comes to a stop on the 26-yard line for Norristown. Yeah, that was pretty interesting, Rick. I don't think I've ever seen that.
There's a flag on the play here.
.333 left in the first quarter. Looks like there's a personal foul on the Eagles.
And you don't want to lose 15 yards anytime. I mean,
No, you went from a 1st and 10 position on your 27-yard line, now to a 1st and 25 position on your 27-yard line.
right. They're actually going to be backed up half the distance to the goal and on a 15-yard line.
That is a tough one there for the Norristown Eagles.
But
Sure, Coach Powell's not too happy about that one.
well, this is where good teams respond, and they'll show you their character.
Davenport on the ground again. Looks like he picks up about 7 or 8 yards there.
Maybe 4 or 5 yards, but hey, who's going to get mad at 4 or 5 yards of carry? You know?
The kid runs downhill. What can you say? He breaks another one like that, he'll be right back in the end zone.
And the thing that might go unseen to the naked eye is the way Gorski, a quarterback there, is making that read. That's on the quarterback to determine who gets the ball. There's always an option on his zone read, Joe. You know, there's always an option. You're either going to give it or you're going to keep it. You know, and Gorski's making all the right reads.
No, you're right. You're right. Gain of 1 there for Davenport. 2:36 left in the first quarter. 3rd down, 5 to go. Ball's on the Norristown 23rd yard line.
You know, Joe, here's where we hope we're not getting too predictable here, and they force us to pass here and make a bad play. And look, that's what this gives you here. This zone read gives you this. They can know it's coming, and they got to line up and stop it.
Number 3, Marcus Soleil on the carry. Pick up a Norristown first down with 2:04 left in the first quarter here.
What do you know about Marcus, Joe?
I saw Marcus run against Neshaminy in their first preseason game. He also he could take the ball 110 yards down the field.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. If that guy gets a crease, forget about it. Marcus Saletta can flat out fly.
Unfortunately, on that play, it looked like the right side of the line just collapsed on him, and Upper Merion got in there.
And Corey Devin says, "Hey, I'm back." Saletta takes a breather.
Norristown's got 1:16 left in the first quarter here. Ball's in the 30. Another handoff to Davenport. Stopped by Thornton.
You know, well, I was going to say it's the first substitution that I've really seen be made up front for the big boys for Upper Merion's defense, and I could be mistaken, but them guys look a little gassed out there.
They do look a little tired. They keep running the ball like that. Eventually, the defensive line's going to get tired. There's some big boys out there. That's a lot. I can relate to that, Rick.
I'm sure you can. No stranger to playing in the trenches yourself. And this is what you want.
Number 7, Khalif Sinclair again. He's up the left side of the field into the end zone for a
that's pretty.
Norristown Eagle touchdown. That was an amazing play.
That's what it's all about right there.
That couldn't have been any more picture perfect.
Oh, no.
Right to the house for 6. And we said it earlier in this game, Sinclair's got wheels.
He's
you get him the
phenomenal
ball,
hands,
he finds the seam, and he'll take it.
And once again, credit to the line. Even though it's a quick hit and play, you got to give him time. And Gorski threw a dime. You got to throw that ball. That ball's got to be a dime, and he threw a dime.
With 12 seconds left in the first quarter, Upper Merion is elected to take their first time out. Coach Smith having a conversation with the referee. Not quite sure what the discussion's about. Now, do you go for 2 or do you kick the field goal, Rick? What do you think? Do we even it back up?
It's still a bit early, and Upper Merion hasn't shown you that they can drive down the field on you. I think you take the 1 here.
I'm a little bit too ambitious, I think.
You don't want to give away points, this early in the ball game. You want to take what you can get.
Well, we're 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Norristown has just had an amazing grab by Sinclair down the left side of the field on our far side from this box. Watching that play develop was absolutely unbelievable.
And here they go. They will go for two.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for two, Rick.
And who's that number six?
Noah Stricking just intercepted the ball and prevented that 2-point conversion. Well played by him. I saw Noah actually at the National Guard camp this year. That is a big boy out there.
Oh yeah, he is.
Number 9
Impressive.
for Upper Merion. He's a great athlete. He can play with the best of them, and he'll definitely give our Norristown Eagles a run for their money tonight. So with 12 seconds left in the first quarter, Norristown's up 12-0.
And even though they missed that 2-point conversion, you gotta be happy with what you see here.
The execution of the overall offense seems to be going pretty well. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
And Metricardi took a big hit. He took a big hit there, fielding that kick return. And Norristown's just playing with a bunch of fire here.
6 seconds left here in the first quarter. Upper Merion's offense is on the field. Be interesting to see what Mobley would like to do here. This quarterback's a mobile quarterback. If he catches a seam, he'll take off.
Oh, absolutely.
Number 23, Devin Elysian. We've reached the end of the first quarter here.
And Joe, the plays like that to end the quarter for Upper Merion, that's something that they can go over to the sideline. They can feel confident they just picked up 8 yards, and start the second quarter off, with a little boost of confidence.
Yeah, they need to take that momentum and bring it back the other direction now. But Norristown seems to be on a roll. That sideline hasn't been that loud in a long time.
And you got to be encouraged as well from the outpouring of support, from the Norristown community here.
Tailgate here at the Upper Merion High School. It was amazing to see that. They brought chicken and there was sodas and hoagies and pizza.
That's right.
That just shows the love that this community has for our Norristown Eagles. I don't remember having a tailgate before our games, do we?
No, not at all. And
all our parents were selling T-shirts back then.
That's right. That's right.